How do you transform one of the most famous streets in the entire world into one of the fastest straights in Formula One? And how do you deliver a show-stopping Grand Prix in this, the entertainment capital of the world? The Las Vegas Strip, synonymous with Sinatra and Elvis, resorts and casinos, bright lights, nightlife, and, for one weekend only, the greatest show on four wheels. Las Vegas has hosted Formula One races in the past.
And away they go.
But never like this. A high-speed 6-kilometer track tearing through the heart of Las Vegas. As the official logistics partner of Formula One, DHL has over 4 decades of experience handling the most complex operations in motorsport. But there's never been a race weekend quite like this one.
This is by far the biggest challenge that we've experienced as a department, as a motorsport team, since the pandemic. We've had to rewrite everything we know about doing logistics at a race here, because this is completely different to anything else we've done. The only thing that touches very similar is Monaco.
Preparing a Formula One street circuit is a bit like performing a pit stop. It takes a perfectly synchronized crew to ensure the entire pit building is set up and then de-rigged as quickly and seamlessly as possible. Preparations for Vegas began as soon as the calendar was announced in 2022, coordinating the flow of freight required from Montreal, Austin, Miami, Mexico City, Sao Paulo, and Europe.
In Formula One, I've been in the business 37 years, so they tend to make the impossible possible. When they announced Las Vegas, we knew it's going to have its nuances.
The first shipments start to arrive just 2 weeks before lights out in Las Vegas. At this stage, only the skeleton of an event exists, but over the next fortnight, it will be transformed into a spectacular Grand Prix venue. In Las Vegas, DHL take on the role of ground handling agent, managing the flow of freight to the track exactly as specified by the organizers and teams. First to make it to Vegas is sea freight from Europe. A total of 120 containers arrive, carrying up to 10 tons of cargo each, including items that will make up the garages, hospitality, and Paddock Club suites. After docking in Houston and Los Angeles, the cargo travels by truck through the desert to Las Vegas. An additional 600 tons arrives by road from Mexico, Austin, and Montreal, all to a meticulous schedule, as around 1,000 trucks will arrive to Vegas throughout the next 2 weeks.
We have an abundance of containers that come into every race, especially here in Vegas. We've had quite a lot. It takes 5 days from the point of bringing the equipment in, unloading the container, bringing it upstairs, and unpack it all, dress it all up, make it all look nice and neat.
With Las Vegas, we have had sea freight, but not as much. We're trying to go for the more sustainable package. A lot of the equipment that's here transported up from either Mexico or Austin. And then we've got the 8 planes that come in as part of the charter.
Following the conclusion of the Sao Paulo Grand Prix, air freight is transported to Las Vegas, carrying some very precious goods. The planes carry the F1 cars on behalf of the teams, along with all their key components and track telemetry equipment. It requires a carefully crafted schedule to map out the arrival of 8 Boeing 777s to avoid congestion at the airport when unloading everything. Introduced in 2023, the DHL fleet's fuel-efficient technology has reduced carbon emissions by 18% over legacy aircraft, with each plane capable of transporting 100 tons of cargo.
My role with the DHL US is to make sure every piece of cargo is arriving on time here at the circuit, starting with the charter flights coming from Brazil, landed here since November 5th. For 4 days, we just roll them in non-stop.
Having successfully made its way to Las Vegas by air, sea, and road, thousands of tons of cargo must now be delivered at the track. And that's not as straightforward as it might seem. The Las Vegas Grand Prix is an incredibly tight street circuit, constructed around the existing sites and structures of the city. Unlike other races, this means it's impossible to accommodate all the freight arriving at once.
The huge difference here is because we have to deal with the traffic and it is an open city 24 hours, we have a holding yard here. We've had 1,000 trucks pass through that holding yard this year, and we hold them to prevent all the traffic and congestion, and we draw them in an order. So this is the first time we've done that, and it's worked really, really well.
DHL US in combination with DHL UK, we have to bring the equipment to the site, so we always have to be in constant communication.
Once the cargo has successfully been delivered to the track, the job of getting it to its place at the circuit now falls to the DHL Trackside team.
During the week, we're doing imports coming from Europe for all the teams. And we deliver it to the teams, to the garages. We have ships. We work in the morning and in the evening. The moment is just that one.
Is it a couple though, is it?
Let me check. You have 2 pieces later from the team. That is Ferrari Cliente. Yeah, but that's coming from the airport right now. Cheers, mate.
Anything that you see at the circuit, from spare parts, tires, fuel, knife and forks in Paddock Club, is moved by DHL. So we really move everything that you see at the circuit apart from the circuit itself.
Deliveries must not only be made on schedule, but to exact locations. And like any major logistical operation, there are always challenges to overcome.
Deadlines, you always have to be ahead of a deadline to make a deadline. But there's always something that's going to go wrong. So you always have to have a plan A, B, C, D, just in case something doesn't go to plan.
As the days continue to count down, the international television equipment is delivered to the track, with cameras, cables and compound structures landing 5 days before lights out. With F1 fever now gripping the city, every aspect of the last-minute logistics must be timed to perfection.
It's time to light up the track.
We have got freight arriving every single day of the week, including on the race weekend. Today is the first day the cars are going out on track, but we still have got freight arriving, so we never really stop until the race weekend.
One of the last shipments to make it to Las Vegas is a cause for celebration for both DHL and Formula One. As the final touches to the podium are unloaded in Vegas, a race weekend like none other is ready to commence. Through around-the-clock efforts, the Las Vegas Grand Prix has successfully been delivered by DHL. And in true Vegas spirit, as if by magic, the transformation from iconic strip to racing spectacle is complete.
Formula One goes racing on the streets of Las Vegas.
It's been Las Vegas, baby. It's been an experience, an enjoyable one. We've learnt a lot, we've solved a lot, but we've delivered a lot.
1 year of planning, 2 weeks of operations, 8 planes, 120 shipping containers, 1,000 trucks, and a team of 61 staff marshalling thousands of tons of equipment, all for the moment the cars take to the track. They say what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas, but not for the DHL team. As the cars cross the finish line in Vegas, the plan is already in motion for the cargo to head to the final race of the 2023 season.